Imagine this, a world crisis erupts. Where do you go? Your safe house. In a world where uncertainties loom, the importance of having a safe house cannot be overstated. It is the cornerstone of crisis preparedness, a fortress against the unknown, and most importantly, a sanctuary that provides safety and comfort during turbulent times. Now you might be wondering, what exactly is a safe house? Well, it can be your own home, fortified and prepared for crisis situations, or it can be a dedicated structure built specifically for this purpose. Regardless of its form, the primary function of a safe house is to provide shelter, protection, and safety for you and your loved ones during a crisis. When it comes to fortifying your home or building a safe house, there are several key aspects to consider. First and foremost, think about reinforcing entry points. This means strengthening doors, windows, and any other potential access points to deter unwanted entries. This could involve installing deadbolt locks, security bars, or even bulletproof glass. Next, consider installing security measures. This could be anything from surveillance cameras to alarm systems, or even a simple "beware of dog" sign. These measures not only deter potential threats but also provide you with a sense of security and control over your environment. And let's not forget about the importance of emergency exits and designated gathering points. In the event of a crisis, it's crucial to have a plan of action and a safe place for everyone to gather. This could be a specific room in your home, an outdoor area, or even a nearby location that's easily accessible and safe. Here's an expert tip. When constructing your safe house, invest in sturdy materials that can stand up to various weather conditions and potential threats. This might mean using concrete, steel, or other robust materials that offer longevity and durability. But remember, a safe house is more than just a physical structure. It's a place of refuge, a place of security, and a place of comfort. It's where you and your loved ones can weather the storm both literally and figuratively. So when you're planning and building your safe house, think about what you want it to be, what you need it to be, and most importantly, how it can best serve you during a crisis. In essence, your safe house is your sanctuary during turbulent times. It's the place where you can retreat to when the world outside is in chaos. It's the place where you can feel safe, secure, and protected. And it's the place where you can find peace, comfort, and a sense of control, even when everything else is uncertain. So, as we navigate the uncertainties of our world, let's remember the importance of being prepared. Let's remember the value of having a safe house. And most importantly, let's remember that a well-prepared safe house can be our sanctuary in turbulent times. After all, in a world that's constantly changing and full of uncertainties, having a safe house can provide us with a sense of stability, a sense of safety, and a sense of control. It's not just about surviving a crisis, but about thriving in the face of adversity. And that, my friends, is the true power of a safe house. So, let's take the necessary steps to prepare for the unknown. Let's fortify our homes, build our safe houses, and create our sanctuaries. Because when a crisis hits, we want to be ready. And with a well-prepared safe house, we can be. A well-prepared safe house can be your sanctuary in turbulent times. In a crisis, food becomes a currency. Let's ensure you're rich. One can't overstate the importance of food storage when planning for unforeseen circumstances. At the heart of it, our goal is to create a diverse and sustainable stockpile of food that can sustain us through extended periods of crisis. But how do we achieve that? Begin with diversification. It's essential to have a variety of food supplies in your arsenal. Think canned goods, non-perishables, and long-lasting staples like rice and beans. These are your go-to items, easy to store and packed with the necessary nutrients to keep you going. Expert tip number 2, coming your way. Diversify your food supplies, including canned goods, non-perishables, and long-lasting staples like rice and beans. But remember, all food items come with an expiration date. It's crucial to keep track of these dates and rotate your stock accordingly. This ensures your supplies stay fresh and safe to consume. Now let's talk about adding some variety and longevity to your food storage. This is where freeze-dried and dehydrated foods come into play. Not only do these foods have a longer shelf life, but they also offer a welcome change from the standard canned goods. A little variety can go a long way in boosting morale during tough times. Our next expert tip is all about preservation. Expert tip number 3. Utilize vacuum-sealed bags and airtight containers to prolong the shelf life of your stored foods. These storage methods can significantly extend the life of your food items, keeping them fresh and safe for consumption for much longer. This can be particularly beneficial for perishable goods or items that tend to degrade quickly. But let's not forget about the most vital resource of all, water. Water is as essential to survival as food, if not more so. It's crucial to have an adequate supply of water in your storage, but what if your supply runs out or becomes contaminated? This is where water purification systems come into the picture. A good water purification system can turn potentially unsafe water into a safe and drinkable resource. This could be a lifesaver in a crisis where clean water is hard to come by. So let's recap. Diversify your food supplies, keep track of expiration dates, and rotate your stock. Add variety and longevity with freeze-dried and dehydrated foods. Use vacuum-sealed bags and airtight containers to preserve your food. And finally, don't forget about water. Ensure you have an adequate supply and consider investing in a water purification system. With these strategies in place, you'll have a well-rounded and sustainable food stockpile that can last through the toughest of times. Remember, in a crisis, food becomes a currency. And with efficient food storage, you'll be rich indeed. With efficient food storage, you can weather any storm. Scene script. Survival isn't just about having the right supplies, it's about having the right skills. As we delve into survival tips, it's important to note that these are not just strategies for dire situations. They are skills that can be used in everyday life, honed over time, and fine-tuned to suit specific scenarios. First and foremost, learn basic first aid and emergency medical skills. It's not just about having a well-stocked first aid kit, although that's a crucial component of any preparedness plan. You also need to know how to use what's inside it. Can you apply a bandage correctly? Do you know how to perform CPR? What about recognizing the signs of shock or hypothermia? These skills can be the difference between life and death in a crisis. Next, we shift our focus to outdoor survival skills. No matter how secure your safe house is, there may come a time when you find yourself outside its comforting walls. Knowing how to build a fire, navigate using natural landmarks or the stars, and construct a rudimentary shelter can be invaluable. These skills don't just apply to wilderness scenarios either. Urban survival can also require fire-making and shelter-building skills, especially in the wake of natural disasters. Moving on, let's talk about the importance of staying informed. In an age of instant information, it's easy to take this for granted. But in a crisis, your usual sources of news might not be available. Having a reliable source of information, like a battery-powered radio or a solar-powered charger for your devices, is crucial. Being informed allows you to make the best decisions based on the current situation, whether that's staying put or evacuating to a safer location. Our expert tip for this segment is about knowing your local resources and community emergency plans. Familiarize yourself with local resources and community emergency plans. Knowing evacuation routes and emergency contacts is crucial for a coordinated response. This tip is all about leveraging the collective knowledge and resources of your community. Local authorities often have plans in place for various types of crises, and being familiar with these can give you a head start if disaster strikes. Remember, survival isn't a solo endeavor. It's about supporting each other and working together to overcome adversity. That's why it's so important to know your community's emergency plans and resources. Lastly, let's touch on the importance of mental resilience. Survival is as much a mental game as it is a physical one. Stress and fear can be paralyzing, but if you train your mind to stay calm and focused, you'll be better equipped to handle any situation that comes your way. Practice mindfulness, learn stress management techniques, and cultivate a positive mindset. These tools will serve you well in a crisis and in everyday life. To wrap up, survival is about more than just supplies. It's about skills, knowledge, and mental resilience. It's about being able to adapt to changing circumstances and make the best decisions based on the information available. It's about working together with your community and supporting each other through adversity. Equip yourself with these survival tips, and you become the best asset in any crisis. With these skills in your arsenal, you're not just surviving, you're thriving. And that's the ultimate goal of preparedness. In the face of a world crisis, preparedness is your armor. As we've journeyed through this guide, we've seen that a holistic approach is crucial. It's not just about constructing a safe house, it's also about efficiently storing food and mastering essential survival skills. In building your sanctuary, remember to reinforce, secure, and fortify. In stocking your pantry, diversify, rotate, and preserve. In honing your survival skills, learn, develop, and familiarize. These are the pillars of preparedness, each as vital as the other. But remember, the landscape of crisis is ever-changing. Staying informed and adapting your plan is as crucial as the plan itself. Preparedness is not a one-time act, but a continuous process. So be proactive. Don't wait for the storm to build your ark. Let's face the future with confidence, for we've taken the necessary steps to be prepared. Stay safe, stay informed, and take care of yourselves and your loved ones. Until next time.